copy the bags or
And when you thought about that.
snacks with a view.
Alrighty then, time indicates we've been cleared for departure. Double check those seatbelts and enjoy the flight.
Hey y'all,
Hey,
I'm Hannah.
and I'm Jeremy.
And we are the Savory Suitcase. And we finally made it to Colorado.
Yeah, another state off the list.
Yep, we're going to check it off our list. I think this is 20 or 21?
I have no clue.
Yeah, I counted the other day.
Did you?
So I think it's 20.
It's been so long since we've traveled. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely out of state. So this was our first airplane trip since, the before times.
Since the before time.
And we basically got out of the airport, picked up our rental car, and
Off
we
we went.
have made it to our first destination.
So we are at a little place called the Paint Mines Interpretive Park. So you're going to show you some pretty cool naturally colored rock formations, and we'll tell you a little bit about them. But for now, we got a little bit of walking to do, so we're going to do that.
We're going to head down there. We're going to hope that we don't get too out of breath because
That's not too bad.
this is a little bit higher of an altitude than we're used to.
Yes,
so
totally different, a lot drier.
we're going to drink a lot of water.
It's like 86 degrees, but like it's not bad.
Yeah.
This is delightful.
There's a nice breeze. There's a lot of wind.
And windmills.
Windmills, yeah. So let's go. The Paint Mines Interpretive Park is located about an hour east of Colorado Springs, although you feel more like you're in the Badlands of South Dakota. The paint mines are named for their colorful clays that were collected by the American Indians to make paints. Brightly colored bands caused by oxidized iron compounds are found in varying amounts throughout the many different layers of clay. There are 3 different options of parkings to view and hike down into the mines. One of the areas is an overlook which gives you an incredible view of the whole area from less than 100 yards from the parking lot. finished up our hike at the Paint Mines Interpretive Park, and as you can tell, we
unreal, man. It was so cool.
Yeah, we kind of exhausted ourselves, so we went and checked into our hotel.
Yeah, a little bit of that nap hair going, y'all. A little nap hair.
So the hotel itself is actually really cool. It is the Antlers Hotel, which is a Wyndham property.
It's now managed by Wyndham. Yeah, it's an old 1887.
1882, I think.
1882 it was opened, yeah.
So it actually has a lot of really rich history. The hotel itself is actually, seems, I don't know, kind of a little dated to me, but it actually was a pretty good deal. And the view that it has from the window is phenomenal.
Of Pikes Peak.
Yeah, we can see Pikes Peak, which we're going to go to tomorrow. So make sure that you check out that video. But for a hotel that was built in the 1800s, you know, I feel like it's pretty good. Yeah,
I mean, it's really cool. You know, it's old, it's nostalgic, but it's, you know, it's updated, and it's, excuse you. You know, but it's updated, and it's comfortable. It's got all the amenities you would look for.
It's got air conditioning, so.
Spa, restaurants. You know, it's a 4-star hotel,
and
they
have like a little Lego model
replica
in the front of what it used to look like.
Camera noise. Put those pictures in there.
Yeah. So we napped a little bit, and now we are at our second destination for the evening.
Yeah. So we had a nice chance to kind of relax for a little bit, get our room settled and our stuff unpacked.
We brought a lot of stuff.
We did bring for 4 days, 5 days, 4 nights. It seems a little excessive, but whatever.
I like to have options.
So I think I'm still in a little bit of awe, because what we're looking at, what you can't see, we're going to turn you around here in just a second, but it's it's unbelievable. We just turned the corner and Hannah gasped, and I slammed on the brakes because I thought I was going to hit something, but okay, so I mean, we should just show you. I mean, it's really cool.
Look.
Unbelievable. I mean, it's crazy, like how big to scale it is. So we're at Garden of the Gods National Monument. This is one of the parts of it. This was the first one we stopped at, the first section of it. There's multiple sections around in the park. This is massive. It's really hard to tell, like, to scale, but you can see the cars in the parking lot, and just the sheer scale of it. I mean, we're probably 100 yards away from it, from the base of it at least, but man, it is just unbelievable red clay color.
Yeah, these are huge rock formations that have been here for a really long time.
Naturally formed.
And the garden itself is actually free admission. So from what I understand is that the land or property was actually donated to, I believe, the city of Colorado Springs. And part of the deal was that the garden had to always be called the Garden of the Gods, because that's what they called it, and rightfully so. And they said it always had to be free. There was no entry fee. And I mean, truthfully, that's incredible, because places like this, like even national parks, you have to pay an admission fee unless you have an America the Beautiful pass. And I think that's amazing. Like, this is totally accessible to anybody who wants to just come and visit. So we're going to show you around a little bit. And I think if you're ever in the area, you got to put this on your list. It's amazing. So there are quite a few different pull-offs and parking lots where you can actually see some different
incredible,
amazing views. We just saw a bride who had pulled up to take, I assume, some wedding photos, which obviously, why would you not do that?
How could you not?
So
if this was your backdrop.
even if you had some mobility issues, I could see, you know, just come
There's
in
handicap
and,
dedicated lots
Yeah.
that make it accessible for you to get in different areas that are...
yeah, I mean, and even just the pull-out spots, they have really incredible views. So, like we said, you know, no admission fee. That makes this totally accessible. And, you know, they've tried to make it so that even just the pull-out spots, you can see the incredible views. So,
The one thing I will say, the one thing that kind of took me a little bit by surprise when I pulled in, and I did get a little frustrated at first. I think it was, you know, it was just setting my expectations, was that like the way we kind of, I guess the way we thought it was going to go versus how it actually went was, you know, kind of more like scenic driving throughout and then
Yeah.
stopping in the parking lots throughout. Because it does say it's 20 miles an hour throughout. It's not, apparently.
Yeah, people are
it's
driving really
it's like
fast.
the Indy 500 around the perimeter, and you have to get like in, at least this was our experience. I don't know if that's normally the case, but we had to kind of duck in and out of like the main flow.
yeah, people were like
pretty
honking
quickly.
at us because we were like trying to like go and look.
I was
and
going the
see
speed
it
limit.
and-
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I mean,
don't-
and it's like sunset time, so maybe people are like trying to get in
Maybe.
and see it before the sunset. So, but yeah, don't
It's
expect that
beautiful.
you're gonna have like a nice leisurely drive.
Yeah, you're
and-
not gonna be able to take your time unless you're parked in the lot and you're walking through like the main area where the kissing camels and like all that kind of the white rock and stuff is. If you're walking around, obviously, you know, no one's gonna rush you. But
Yeah.
driving through the main flow of the one-way loop, yeah, don't take your time.
Yeah, my parents said that when they came, they actually drove through a couple of
Yeah,
times.
you just keep
so-
driving the loop and look as much as you want. Yeah.
And don't come at 7 o'clock at night after you've climbed another mountain and you're sunburnt. Who comes from Florida to Colorado and gets a sunburn?
We do.
So-
All right, off we go.
Yeah, we're gonna go find some dinner.
Our pit crew is yelling at us. We got to get back into the Indy 500. Off we go. We have seen a couple of deer.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah.
One
They
with
were-
like a lot
They were
of
just
horns.
munching.
We made it back to the beginning, so now we're gonna go find dinner.
Someone didn't kill me, pushed me over a cliff. Well, she threatened it a couple of times.
I did just a few.
There's a clip somewhere that she's probably conveniently not going to put into this final cut of her
It was a
punching
long-
me and going ha-cha and pushing
It
me.
was a long travel day.
I've been nothing but an angel.
Yes, you have.
We all know that's not true. I got hangry at one point.
He took a little nappy nap for an extra half hour.
I did.
And he was like, "Can we go see God tomorrow?"
I didn't want to visit his garden until I was ready.
So make sure you tune in. We have more videos from Colorado coming. We're going to go see Pikes Peak tomorrow.
We're trying to cram as much stuff as into the next couple of days. We're only here for
4
5
nights.
days and 4 nights. So trying to get a lot in, trying to get all the big stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So hang with us, you know, check it out. We're going to hopefully turn this into 2 or 3 different videos.
Yeah.
So
Maybe 4.
maybe 4.
Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Hey, y'all.
Hey,
This is day 2 of our Colorado trip.
adventure.
Yeah, I was going to say road trip, but we flew here.
Not a road
so-
trip. Yeah.
So if you haven't seen yesterday's vlog, we flew into Denver, and then we drove down to Colorado Springs. We started at the Paint Mines Interpretive Park,
Yep.
and we ended up at the Garden of the Gods.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So today
That was our
is-
first like major impression of anything major in Colorado, and it was mind blowing.
Yeah.
It was super mind blowing. I didn't know what to expect. I'm like, some rock formations. Like, we've seen mountains.
Oh,
we've been
rocks.
to Blue Ridge. We've seen mountains. It's not the same.
No, totally
not
different.
the same. Totally different.
And
yeah.
as you can see, we've come to another.
We found more.
Yeah, another rocks formation.
I believe we're in the Rockies.
Yep.
Yep, aptly named as such. Lots of rocks.
So we actually this morning started at the
Switchback Roasters.
Yes, I was going to say Summit Roasters, but it
Nope.
is Switchback Roasters.
Switchback Roasters, yeah, here in Colorado Springs. There's one of 2 locations.
Yep.
So we were at the Shook location, I believe is what they called it. So we picked up a bag of beans to bring home to support them.
Yeah, and we had some really good coffee.
Yeah, so if you're in the area, really check them out. That was our first coffee shop. We plan on going into several. We always like to check out local coffee shops and support them and bring home some beans to share with friends and family. So we'll definitely be doing that. So Switchback, put it on your list.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we are on our way up to the Helen Hunt Falls.
Not named after the actress.
No.
I joked.
Named
but it's
after
not.
a famous writer, I guess.
Apparently.
It is a very non-strenuous waterfall. Apparently it's only 0.1 mile to actually get to the falls.
Yesterday, full disclosure,
Very
your boy
tired.
overdid it a little bit.
Yeah.
I did like 3-something miles of like almost 7,000 feet of elevation at the paint mines.
Yeah.
It was amazing and I wouldn't change it for the world. A little tired, a little more low-key, not so strenuous today.
So we're going to go see the Helen Hunt Waterfalls, and we have Pikes Peak later on our list, but we were totally surprised to see that on our way up to the falls that there's this very mountainous drive, which makes total sense, but...
I mean, you got to get to higher up in the mountains to see the waterfall. I said to Hannah, I said, well, what did you expect? To get to a waterfall, the water's got to fall from somewhere, so you got to go up. But yeah, we just kind of saw this little spot, so we had to share it with you because it was just gorgeous. So I kind of abruptly pulled the car over and...
Not that abruptly. But,
Not too over, I mean safely.
But yeah, there is...
A babbling brook here and yeah.
So we're going to go...
Just gorgeous.
Check it out.
Let's go.
Get started.
Yeah.
We did it. So you were definitely able to see the Helen Hunt waterfall basically from the parking lot.
Yeah.
So, but Jeremy got...
The best of the views were
Yeah.
from the parking lot.
Well, for the waterfall.
For the
but
waterfall.
If you did just a very short, very steep hike, you could get this amazing view.
Yeah, it's beautiful up here though. It's nice and high. We're at about 7,400 feet of elevation.
Yep, and you can see, for what I'm only assuming
Incredible.
is basically miles,
Yeah.
the waterfall up here is more of a
It's sparse.
stream.
It's sparse, and it might be just the time of year.
Yeah.
Not a lot of water up here maybe this time of year.
Yeah, I think all the snow has already melted.
Yeah, and it's not springtime, so there's not a lot of rain,
Yeah,
but it's beautiful. It's
You know.
peaceful, it's windy.
drought and wildfire season,
Yeah.
so be careful.
Worth it though.
I think it was worth it. I
very
mean,
much.
my feet are a little tired, and
Meh.
we ran out of water halfway up because we were underprepared, but
But
definitely worth it.
Definitely check it out.
so we're gonna head back down and move on to whatever's next for the day.
Check it out.
For a little afternoon pick-me-up, we stopped at a Dutch Brothers. For our Floridian friends, you will know that that is not a local Florida option.
No.
She said they might be coming to Florida soon, though.
Yeah.
So they'll have
Honestly, it's kind of a nice, refreshing change from the burnt notes of Starbucks. which you've grown accustomed to
And
if you're used to Starbucks all the time.
And the coffee water that Dunkin' Donuts offers you.
For real. I do like the flavor aspect. Like their flavors are feel more true than Starbucks. Like I feel like mine is like a mocha macadamia thing, and it tastes like macadamia nut. Like it's good. Like the flavor aspect is very good.
So mine's very strong.
Yeah.
So we'll be up all night.
We're about to ride a train to the top of Pikes Peak, so we need the caffeine to get to the top of the mountain. I don't know what's gonna happen. Cheers.
Could you imagine what your life would be like if you just got gas and this is what you could see every day? To the top.
14,000.
Oh Lord, we bought a can of oxygen just in case.
45 degrees and raining at the top, so let's see what happens. It's way up there. It takes an hour and 10 minutes to get to the top, and then we get 40 minutes to spend up there, and then it's an hour and 10 minutes back, so it's a 3-hour trip.
To not breathe any air.
Yep, just very little. And then tickets are $65, I think, plus tax. So we got a spot right here at the front, so you guys will get a front row view.
Yeah, we have the best view.
Yeah, so we're gonna shoot some time lapse and try and show you some of the best views that we can of the whole experience. But you should still book some tickets and come for yourself, because I have a feeling these are gonna be $1 million views.
Should have brought your jacket.
It's a little breezy, a little chilly.
I hope it doesn't sound like terribleness.
Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully the wind buffer we have on our microphone's working.
I don't think it is. It's very
If not, we'll put some captions for you.
Look at this.
Unreal. Don't look at me.
No.
Look at what's behind. Unreal.
Do you guys see Garden of the Gods down there?
I don't know if you can. Are you even pointing to it?
I don't know. It's down there.
Those little red rocks back there. It's unbelievable.
I feel a little like I'm like tipsy because of the altitude. I'm like, is stuff moving or is that like me not getting enough oxygen?
It's probably a little bit of both.
I get like short of breath just speaking.
Well, nothing's moving, I assure you, except for the heavy wind.
Back down from the summit. I think it's a summit.
It's the summit of
the top
of a mountain.
It actually started hailing. It was raining as we were like kind of getting back on the train.
Oh hell no!
Which I think is like crazy because it like started to collect
out of
on
nowhere.
The ground and.
Well, as we were heading back to the train, it started to rain. It was raining a little bit on and off, and on our way. Like before we had gotten on the train to go up, I'd seen that it was raining on. Like I got an alert that it was raining on top, and we're like, "What? It's like sunny and bright and hot down here. What in the world is happening?" We already kind of knew that there was a chance of rain up there, and then when we got up there, it was breezy
like
and cold,
degrees.
But it was bright and no rain. And then all of a sudden it started to rain, and then we get on the train, it starts to go down, and then.
I mean, it was like hard, like
yeah.
Like a thunderstorm.
Hannah caught one.
Yeah.
Here's a picture. We'll put that here. It's small, little pea-sized hail, but oh my gosh, it was so much of it. It was collecting on the ground.
Yeah, it looked like snow. Yeah. That was crazy.
It was neat. It was a whole range of emotions. There was a lightning storm and so many things happening all at one time.
I do think that one of the things that I think we forgot to mention is that they actually had stopped running for almost 4 years. They closed down in 2017 to refurbish like the track and get new trains and everything. And I feel very fortunate because we had originally planned to come back in
the middle of when they were closed.
Yeah, sometime. So we would have missed this opportunity. So they reopened back in May, and we were kind of one of the first people who got to ride it again.
I mean, it's a unique way to be able to kind of see the mountain on the way to the top. There are other ways to get to the top.
Yeah, you can drive.
You can be a psychopath and hike.
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay, so it's 13 miles, gaining about 8,000 feet of elevation from from incline base camp to the summit. Okay, so enjoy that.
No, absolutely not.
You do you, never. You can also drive, so you can bring your vehicle. The path is rather treacherous, and because the weather is unpredictable, and also depending on the time of year, it can go from rain to snow to sleet to sheeting ice to fog to at the drop of a hat. Yeah. So it can be treacherous. It can be a treacherous drive. So at your own risk. So the Cog Railway is the easiest,
most
safest,
laid back,
most laid back way to do it. So not to say we wouldn't have been able to get up there, but it would have been less easy.
Very anxiety ridden.
Yes, for some
We
of
are
us.
going to try and do Mount Evans. Yeah, me and my anxiety.
Okay.
We are going to
You're
try
pretty.
and do Mount Evans, hopefully on Monday, but I'm going to, watch the weather like a hawk and see if it's something that we'll be able to do, because that's
going to be the anxiety for me.
Yeah, for the driver. Yeah.
But that's fine.
So,
Mount Evans is the highest consecutively paved
road in America,
in the United States.
We're looking forward to that.
We got some epic stuff coming for you guys, even still. So if you've seen some of the other Colorado adventures that we've already put out, keep watching, because we got some cool stuff coming. So
we'll see you tomorrow. We got to go get some dinner now.
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Thanks.
Bye, y'all.
Or like when these people who've lived here, they grew up here, they come to us, they're like, oh my God, look at the beaches, look at the waves and the sand. And I'm like, sand. It's crunchy, it gets in your sandwich, and then your sandwich is crunchy, and then the bird comes down and boom when you're a kid, and it's just a thing.
This has been another episode of Jeremy Hates the Beach. Now we have made it to Canon City. It is about an hour outside of Colorado Springs. So this morning we checked out of our hotel and we have made it down here to take our Train ride on the Royal Gorge Railway. So this morning on our way out of town, we stopped at a coffee shop called Wayfinder.
Yeah, so it was a really cool
Travel theme.
Very much up our alley, a travel theme. So there's a lot of maps on the walls and globes and travel books and all kinds of stuff. Some suitcases.
Hat cases.
And hat cases.
That's
you Forrest Gump fans out there. But yeah, a super cool little place. They had some breakfast items and we shared some stuff. And then when we got out of there and got on the road.
And we had a campfire s'mores.
A Colorado campfire s'mores
cup of
latte.
That's delicious.
But yeah, so now we're in Canon City. So we're in this nice little old school, kind of Western style downtown area before we catch our train is at 3:30.
We also stopped at a orchard stand on our way into town. We picked up some nectarines and some cherries, which I thought were really cool. That's not something that I think the Rainier cherries that we have in Florida. They were kind of sour. And then we actually noticed as we were checking out of our hotel this morning that we had a picture up on the wall of the train ride that we're going to take, the old one from before, I think like in the 1800s.
Yeah, like back when it was initially put in, and then of the bridge, the hanging bridge that goes across, that will go underneath. Which we'll show you and we'll talk more about that, but you can actually walk across the hanging bridge.
We're not doing that.
We will not be doing that because we will actually be going on the train that goes underneath it, way below where you'll walk over it. But hopefully we'll be able to show you footage of people walking over the bridge as we go underneath it.
Yeah, and we may actually see some rafters going down the Arkansas River too.
Mm-hmm.
That's
some whitewater rafting. There's a lot of that goes on over here too. So
yeah,
hopefully some super cool stuff we get to show you.
We're very excited for this. So we're gonna walk around town a little bit. Before that, maybe grab a bite to eat, and then we'll board the train. The train ride.
Yeah, so cool.
It is going to board in about 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. We have seats on the Vista Dome.
Yeah, you can see it. Turn this way.
Oh yeah.
Come this way. That thing.
Not that one, but
this
one.
Thing. Over there. That guy. The glass dome ceiling. So we'll have a ceiling view. And there is open air deck, which will be further back, which we'll show you guys too, which everybody can go out on, and it's completely open. It's like a big flatbed, wide open, just railings on the sides, and you can get open view of everything around you, open air as you travel through the gorge. So should be super cool. It does look a little bit like rain.
Yeah, I brought an umbrella and some ponchos.
But hey, at least if it does, we have the glass dome.
Yeah.
So it is a bit more expensive. These are the most expensive tickets on the train, but
the whole experience is kind of pricey, but I think it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah, I mean, we're hoping that there is drink service and I think even food service in the Vista Dome. So it's basically like what would have been first class if this was like train service back in like when trains were the primary source of transportation.
The golden days.
The golden days, yes. But yeah, we're super excited.
Yeah.
It looks like they're starting to let people into the preloading area. So
So this was one of my birthday presents. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited to enjoy a last final birthday gift. Hey y'all,
Hey, we're back.
I'm Hannah.
And I'm Jeremy.
And we are the Savory Suitcase. So we have 2 more days left on our trip. Today we are spending the day in Rocky Mountain National Park, and then tomorrow we are going to do an epic drive up to Mount Evans. Well, he's gonna do the driving. I'm gonna do the looking.
Gotta get my driving gloves on.
Yep.
Actually, I gotta get them on today too.
Yep.
I got some epic driving to do today. The reservations out, you do have to make a reservation, especially for the Bear Lake area, as popular as that area is. Prior to 5 a.m. you can get in without a reservation, or you still need a reservation. So if you show up before 5 a.m., you can get into Bear Lake at 5 a.m.
We have a reservation from 1 to 3 p.m. So we were able to come in, and we got here at about 1:30. We drove through Estes Park on the way.
Saw the Stanley Hotel briefly, just kind of on the way, waved to,
Jack
Mr. Johnny.
Nicholson.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson. Waved to him on the way by.
So we are actually going to go and start our first drive up to Fall River Ridge Road.
Something like that.
So,
We'll put the correct title of the road here.
I'm pretty
so
sure
look
that's what
right
it
here. So it's supposed to be, this is like the original highway in this park. So it's the original highway. It's like a 25, I believe it's a 25-degree grade. It is a single lane, 15 miles an hour, 11 miles. No guardrails. Yeah, so it's just one lane, gravel.
The park ranger that we talked to on the way in said that it was her favorite road to drive on. So
because it's primitive, it's she said this, if you're able to, if the visibility's nice and there aren't other vehicles directly in front of you kicking up a lot of dirt from the gravel, to roll your windows down and enjoy the sounds of the birds and the nature and to just enjoy.
And we did read online that sometimes the cars back in the old days actually had to go up in reverse because of the
they weren't powerful enough.
Engines and the way that the gas system used to work.
The way fuel-fed systems, wild, super wild.
So we might try that. We'll just go in reverse.
Yeah.
No.
No. So we have an all-wheel drive SUV that we rented. So we'll blur out that license plate.
It's not my car. I don't care.
Whatever. We're from Illinois. That's what we tell people when I make gaffes in traffic. It's fine. We're from Illinois. It's fine. But yeah, let's go. Let's check this out. I'm anxious.
Let's get started.
Let's beat the weird weather. It's coming.
Is that rare? Do we know?
That's a bullmoose.
Is it rare to see that?
Oh,
No, not anymore.
No.
I mean,
you see more female than male.
I still think it's middle of the day.
middle
Not
of the
that
day.
common?
Yeah.
This is rare
Not
at this
common?
time of day.
Becoming more common.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Everything's going great. We're driving on the side of a mountain, on a gravel road. Just don't look down.
I'm literally tearing up.
10 years ago, when we first got married, you were afraid of heights. Last night, you were doing all the convincing. Are you really okay? You're really okay, right? It's just so beautiful.
Sure.
You're really okay, right? Because of one way, baby. We made it about halfway up.
Is it half now?
Yeah, almost.
Close to.
Jeremy's doing a great job driving. Even though it's a lot of heights.
A little treacherous.
It's starting to drizzle a little bit.
It is?
So we should probably get going.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. We just gotta drop.
Yeah, so let's go.
Let's go. Whoop whoop. Pull over, that moose too big.
So on our way out of the park yesterday, we saw a lot of moose. I think 6 total? 4?
I think
There was like
there was
of 4.
group of, it was 2, and then there was a group of 4, and then there was a separate group of 2, so I think it was a total of 6, because 2 of those 4 were the first 2.
Oh, they joined them.
Yeah.
So, and I think those were all
6 is accurate.
female and babies.
Except for the first one we saw. So we actually did see 7 in total.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first one was a bull male.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
And I
It was
think
very cool. The bull male apparently was very rare to see. There's only a few of them in the park.
I think it's rare to see moose in general because it wasn't even on the like wildlife list that they had like on their little pamphlet. So
Yeah.
the park ranger was not thrilled with everybody like pulling off and like causing traffic disruptions.
Hey man, I see a moose, I'm stopping. Fight me.
There were definitely people who were getting out of the car and getting really close.
People were being irresponsible.
Yes.
Whether it was a lack of understanding of what could happen if you get too close to a moose, whether, or wildlife in general, I rather refuse to believe that it's a lack of knowledge and more of just I want to get that shot. Yeah. When we first stumbled across the bull male that was in the middle of a lake, which we'll put that photo here. We got some video, but he was pretty far out, so he's kind of small. But you can tell. You can see the bullwinkle. You can definitely tell. But so when we were talking to the volunteer ranger, she was actually there as part of the, I forget what she called them.
The Ram Patrol.
She called it something. It was rhymy and cute. I forget. The Ram Brigade or something like that. But basically the bighorn sheep that come down from the mountain, then cross that particular part of the road and go down into that muddy water. They're there. They go down there for the minerals and the stuff that they get out of the mud. Well, they were there because in that particular part of the day is when they would come down the mountain, and they're there to facilitate them crossing the road safely. Yeah. Well, they weren't going to cross the road because the moose was there having
we're going to wait.
Having a splash pad day in the water. So now the moose, she said is not a danger to them. It's not a threat.
But they might not.
But they don't care. Yeah, she said they don't care. They're not going to hang around to find out. Yeah. So anyway, that's why she was there. But so she was giving us some information. It was pretty interesting. That there's very, very few males, but that the female and then the baby population is slowly starting to grow. And over the last couple of years, they've started noticing more and more. And there was some really cute baby footage. And Hannah caught some baby frolicking across the field footage of the baby running with the mom. And
we left the park. We came to our final hotel for the evening. Is our last day today.
Our last hotel here is literally surrounded by really, really tall mountains. We're in this little valley here in Georgetown, just outside of Idaho Springs. There's a brand new brewery that's just on the other side of our hotel on this really beautiful lake. There's a lot of lodges and cabins on the other side of the lake. Really gorgeous area.
They were nice enough to serve us dinner last night at the brewery.
Yes, and it was very, very busy. Yeah. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody can tell us down in the comments what's happening with Colorado. Correct us if we're wrong. It feels like y'all roll the sidewalks up at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And like everything, not everything, I'll take it back. 75% of what we've noticed for food closes at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
The brewery was our only option within driving distance before it hit 8 o'clock. So we walked over there. They were really nice. We got a good cauliflower pizza, so it was relatively on our diet for the first time in a couple of days. So it was beautiful, great views. And so we'll show you some of that footage. We put the drone up for the first time since we were here because finally in unrestricted airspace. Yep. So we'll put that footage here for you too. But Georgetown, beautiful lake. So we're going to head into Idaho Springs, find another coffee shop, little shopping, Mount Evans on the way.
Yep. So stay tuned for that. You guys will see it next week. And that'll be the last vlog from Colorado.
Sayonara from the conspiracy theory-filled Denver International Airport.
So remember to like and subscribe and leave us a comment if you...
Tell us if you know anything about this 8 o'clock food scene shutdown, okay? I need to know more.
Or if you've been to Colorado, or if you're going to come now.
Or if you live here. Tell us what this is all about.
All right. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
And I'm Jeremy.
And we are the Savory Suitcase.
Yeah.
And today is the last day of our Colorado adventure. Have you
No.
seen all those other videos? If not, they should be up here, where Sasquatch is.
Found him.
But today we are in Idaho Springs, which is apparently where the gold rush in Colorado began.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's
it
pretty
is
cool.
a mining town, but it's actually close to Mount Evans, which is where we're going to take our scenic, anxiety-filled mountain drive.
We'll put the actual elevation of it. We'll put that here.
Somewhere in the 14,000s, I
Yeah.
believe.
But yeah, we're gonna do that, and then honestly, we got to get to the airport, turn in the rental, check in for our flight, and get ready to fly home because we're gonna lose 2 hours heading back.
It's going to be like 2 a.m. as far as our body can
Because really, our
tell.
flight leaves at 7:30. We really get back at 10:30, but it's really gonna be 12:30 in the morning.
No, it's actually midnight, and it's going to feel like 2 a.m.
That sucks. This deal's getting worse and worse.
Yeah. So, but I have tomorrow off. Jeremy's on summer break for another
This is
week.
my last
so,
week of summer break before I go back as a teacher.
But we've had a
I'm out of
really
here.
good.
This is it. I quit.
We've had a really good time. We actually stopped up at one of the coffee shops up here.
Yeah, the Frothy Cup here
Yep.
on Main Street.
We grabbed a couple more bags of beans because we want to, have
Support
more coffee
local
when
coffee
we get
shops,
home.
man. Yeah.
And
I'm gonna need all the coffee I can get to start out our new year.
But one of the things that we wanted to do today as well is kind of drive around. I think there are some old mines in this area, so if we have a little bit of time, once we're done with the Mount Evans byway, we actually may go ahead and try and see if we can see some of those mining areas. But I know they do tours, so we might not be able to go in, but
Yeah.
at least to kind of see what they look like, I
Yeah.
think that would be really cool.
So let's go. You
Maybe
ready?
we can find some gold. There's
Be
gold.
rich, and then I can just disappear in the mountains, and then I have no cell service. Then the teacher people can't find me.
Yep.
Sound like a
Alright.
plan?
Let's go.
There's your map.
Okay.
You're all set.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wow. Unbelievable.
We made it to Summit Lake, which is about 9 miles up the 14-mile trip
Mount
to the top.
Evans.
This is maybe like 12,000. What's your watch say?
Hold, please.
I feel like we're getting pretty used to the altitude. I don't feel that bad.
According to my watch, it's 13,178. So we're very close to the summits.
Yep, we only have about 1,000 feet left to climb.
Yeah.
Not that it's that hard in the car. But
And I won't be doing it by foot.
yeah. The lake is very beautiful, and
So peaceful.
there are goats that just wander around in the parking
So-
lot. And
We've seen them a few times. We saw them, I think, for the first time when we went to the summit at
Pikes Peak.
Yes, the Pikes Peak at the top with the cog railway, the Bighorn sheep. So there's some right here at the
Yeah.
lake. And as soon as they're roaming the parking lot in between the cars, and they're just right there.
They're just sort of scaring people.
They don't care about us. Yeah, they're
I'm
not
afraid-
not afraid of us.
I'm afraid that means people have been feeding them.
Well,
so
that does make you worry a
hopefully-
little bit.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully.
please make sure, if you're, especially make sure you guys respect the wildlife. Please don't feed them.
But I think that this is
Come see, come saw, I suppose.
one of the most
This is
beautiful
unreal.
places
I keep
we've
saying
seen.
that. Like, I
And
feel
look,
like everywhere we go, some
Snow still
Can I
up
look
there.
A little far away.
Those people coming
I
back.
feel like I keep saying everywhere we go that it's unbelievable, but I mean it every time
Yeah.
I say it. That it's like one of the most beautiful things I've seen, and every time it's accurate. Like every time it's just a little bit.
A little bit
I don't want to
better.
say better, but it's because
Different?
every time it's always been a little bit different. It's been more beautiful, but just in a little bit of a different way. This is very peaceful with that lake behind us. At this altitude, we haven't seen a body of water this large. It's just different. It's beautiful. There's tons of wildflowers, lots of different colors of wildflowers up here, and
Point. That's what I did.
very peaceful.
Yeah.
Over there.
I think we should go to the top.
I'm ready.
All right. Let's go. Look at all of our snacks at 14,000 feet. Oh, I opened that one already.
Oh, that's fine.
Look at all of our snacks. Look at how puffy the bags are.
I didn't even thought about that.
Snacks with a view. All right, bye. Hi, bud.
Are you guys YouTubers?
Yeah.
What's your channel?
The same.